All right, good morning. It is Monday, July 28th, 2025. We hope everyone had a nice weekend. Gosh, I had a really fun weekend. Every year back at Ohio State, my alma mater, they put on an Ohio State hockey alumni golf weekend, and it's always just a great opportunity to go back to Columbus. From a networking perspective, it's great. But you get to go back and see some old teammates and great friends, and you just kind of the Ohio State hockey family at large. And of course, outside of myself, two other advisors, Tyson and Nick, also previously played hockey at Ohio State, a number of years back. So the three of us went up there and just had a great time. So my foursome, who Tyson's in my foursome, Nick's not because he plays with the younger kids, but Tyson's in my four. We've had the same foursome for, I don't know, maybe 12 or 13 years now, and we won it once, kind of way back when we were younger, kind of when we maybe first started having our same foursome. And most years we are way out of the mix, right? Because these young kids that are still playing hockey can hit the ball 350 yards every drive. And anyway, our foursome, we just played lights out. We were just rolling in putts. Everyone was contributing, and all of a sudden we found ourselves. So we ended minus 16. Like we almost won the thing. So we came in second place, which was we played way above our ceiling, exceeded expectations. And then the real kicker is a little controversy because the team we lost to, 17 under, so we lost by one shot. And apparently another group saw there might have been a foot wedge. Again, not trying to stir the pot, but there might have been a foot wedge. So nonetheless, great time. Just really good time. So we hope you had a nice weekend as well. Very warm, obviously, here in Charleston. Just kind of quick today. We received the question a few times last week, like, why is the market making new highs? Yes, it seems like there's a lot of headline. Why is the market making new highs? And so I just put down a couple thoughts, like why I think the market's making new highs. Okay, so number one, we've started corporate earnings season here, and the earnings that have been reported by a number of the the biggest companies in the world have been reporting, and these earnings have been coming in at or better than expectations. So the earnings and the revenue figures coming in have been higher than analysts were expecting. Okay, so this is a relief to many that thought some of the tariff threats and kind of some of the language coming out of Washington would impact sales and the bottom line, right? So earnings. And that just hasn't been the case, at least as it pertains to the bigger companies. Now, the Russell 2000, which is kind of smaller public companies in the U.S., that index is still 10% away from its all-time high, right? So maybe that's the market telling us, like, so some of the smaller businesses, it might be an environment here where things are still challenging. But in terms of the biggest companies in the world, like that just hasn't come to fruition. And so again, so earnings exceeding expectations. Like what are stocks? Just like a quick reminder, you as a stock owner, right? You participate in your fractional share of the company's future cash flows and earnings. So when earnings are exceeding expectations, it should come no surprise that much of the stock market continues to perform really well here into Q3. Another reason with the market going higher, more and more of these trade deals are being announced. Okay, and whether or not you can debate from a political standpoint whether or not you like the trade deals. Okay, that's not the point. The point is each one of these new trade deals that gets announced is removing some uncertainty from the marketplace. Okay, so it's reducing every trade deal that gets announced. It's reducing the probability of an all-out trade war, where the global economy, or at least our business relations with big players, whether it's Japan, for example, most recently, when you remove that kind of worst case probability of trade just coming to a halt with a particular country, or just the global economy as a whole, prices are going to like that, right? So that's why you've seen that drift higher. Lastly, and this kind of ties into what we discussed last week, that there are a lot of big money investors who have just been dead wrong on this for the last 3 to 4 months, right? So you have a lot of big investors that are sitting in cash. Worse yet, some of them have been betting against the market over the last handful of months, and those are mostly hedge funds. They're just getting wiped out on the short side right now. So if you've missed this rally and you're just sitting in all cash, and you're a money manager, a lot of these money managers, I think, are slowly capitulating. They're either covering shorts, or they're adding to markets. Again, based on the first 2 points, right? Earnings have been better than expected, more trade deals coming in. Now, this is not to say it's going to be smooth sailing through the rest of 2025. Almost certainly not. Market volatility is inevitable. With that being said, and we discussed this a few times last week as well, market prices are constantly reflecting new information that's coming to the market. So where the market's trading right now is probably where it should be trading, both for US large caps, small caps, international markets, which we've discussed a lot in the past. That's the way markets work, which is it's been a fun year to study markets and learn from what they're telling us. So this week we have a Fed meeting. Okay, very the base expectation, again, no change in interest rates is the baseline expectation. It'll probably be somewhat non-eventful. However, it's always great to hear kind of some of the language, the narrative, this whole Chairman Powell and with the president, and their kind of disagreement. So that'll be interesting. And then we receive a jobs report on Friday. So we will receive the July employment report Friday. So outside of that, obviously our team, we're getting ready here for upcoming reviews, which is great. You see a scheduling link come out for that. Also, I was hoping I'd have the webinar ready the webinar on the new tax bill this week. I've been building kind of that PowerPoint, and there's more in that bill than I initially realized. So it's taking me a little bit longer to put that together. So the plan for that will be next week we will host that webinar. So I'll have that all done, and so next Monday's video I'll have a link where you can register for the webinar. So it'll be sometime next week. So we will be looking forward to that as well. All right, we hope you have a great week. Questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to reach out to our team, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.